We have a new bantamweight champion, but under some major controversy. What's up? Fred Richani, TSC News, your home for sports news updates, interviews, and everything in between. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. My phone is blowing up. A lot of people got a lot of different opinions. Man, I mean, very, very late in the Sterling versus Yan fight. Yan decides to hit Sterling with the knee. I'm literally watching it again. Sterling was down. Had a knee down. The referee told him, don't knee him. It's illegal. And then Yan hits a vicious knee, maybe the most illegal-looking, vicious, illegal knee in UFC history and recent MMA history. And Sterling's out, visibly concussed, could barely get up. I was kind of pissed off at the doctor for a while because Sterling is laying on his back just like he's done. He is donezo. Stop the damn match, as Jim Ross would say. They finally did, and Aljamain Sterling became the very, very, very first fighter in UFC history to win a title via disqualification. We had a close call a couple years ago, I think with Anthony Smith and John Jones, but Smith was able to continue that fight. But, I mean, that was a vicious knee. And look, you can make the argument that Yan was kicking Aljo's ass and on the verge of winning that fight had it gone to a decision. And I think Sterling kind of knew that, and, you know, he was devastated. He literally took the belt off and threw it to the ground, Shane Douglas ECW style. And here's a crazy thing from my homie, the Sportsnista, on Twitter. Scorecards were 29-28. Yan Sterling was 29-28 in the fourth. It was a live scrap at that point. That's crazy. So on the scorecards, a much closer fight than maybe some people perceived. I mean, you could have... I'm not a judge, but I thought if you were going to give Sterling any round up to that point when the fight ended, it would have been round number one because he was very aggressive, but he did take a big shot from Yan. Yan did, I think, more damage. But, man, hey, look, it's a business. At the end of the day, it is the fight game. And, you know, I feel bad that Sterling... I feel bad Sterling got viciously concussed. I feel bad that his team took him to do an interview. I feel bad that Joe Rogan decided to proceed to do the interview. Like, it just made UFC look so amateur. I know these are nice, not nice, but it's cool to see these raw sports moments of emotion and everything. But the dude was out of it. The dude was just out of it. Like, come on, man. Would the NFL be interviewing Patrick Mahomes when he got the concussion in the playoffs? Like, no, of course not. Would they interview a guy after he just got tore his ACL? No, of course not. Of course not. So I was very disappointed by the UFC and ESPN production there. They did try to wrap it up, but that was after the interview already got started. They already had given the guy a headset, and yeah, I feel bad. I'm happy for Aljo, who's, by the way, a former TSC guest, New York's own. But, you know, I feel bad for him because who knows how long he's out for. I'm sure they're going to do an immediate rematch. But if you want to look at the bright side, he is a champion. He rightfully won that title because that was a blatant DQ. He did nothing wrong. His wallet's going to be a lot fatter. His bank account's going to be a lot fatter. So I'm happy for him from that standpoint. As for Yan, I know Daniel Cormier on the broadcast said, well, Habib said that Yan asked his corner if he could knee him, and they said yes, and he did. But look, and I get the language barrier and everything, but let's keep it real here. When you're a champion, when you're the champion, you got to know the rules. Them the rules. It is what it is. And yeah, I just feel bad for Aljo, but I'm also, again, happy for him. As for Yan, not a good look to be raising your fist, buddy, after you threw an illegal knee. But I'm sure they'll do a rematch. I think Yan will definitely be favored. But what a crazy night. It's been a pretty good card for the most part. Prelims are really good. Makachev looked good against Dober, dominating him and submitting him. And we got our first title change of the night. So we'll see what happens, but stay tuned for our live recap. But I would love to hear from you. What do you think about the finish? What do you think about Yan with that crazy bonehead move? Come on, man. You're too great for that. Let me know. Leave a comment below if you enjoyed this update. Like, share. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more updates like this. And until next time, as always, enjoy the fights and get well soon, Aljamain Sterling. UFC, do better, man. Don't be interviewing viciously concussed fighters. Come on, man. Not a good look.